single for men and for women. So it's not for people that, let's say, there just aren't any options for you. You know, sometimes we are single because there's just not that many options, right? It's just like 'cause we like what we like and there has to be options, right? However, there are other situations, which is what I'm about to talk about, where there are options, there are men, but for some reason we are not choosing you. We're choosing someone else. Or maybe there is a guy that you like, and in the beginning he was showing interest, and now he's not showing interest anymore, right? And for you guys, it's as well like, why are you still single? Maybe not because there are, let's say you have options, but the girls are not choosing you as their boyfriend. And why is that, right? So I'm gonna talk about that. So I'm gonna jump right into this, and what I'll do, I'll give 5 tips for men and 5 tips for women. Hi, Brad. Oh, you're the first one. Good to see you. And it shows you as my top fan. Very flattered. Okay, so let's start with the first one. Why are you still single for men? So, what do women complain about the most? They complain about the most about guys not taking the lead, like not asking a girl out properly, like kind of putting the ball into the girl's court. It's like, oh, whatever you want to do. Or kind of like doing things in a very casual, very chilled way. Women like a guy that takes charge. Women like a guy that takes a lead. So many women actually tell me, I know it's gonna sound a bit childish, but so many women actually tell me, like, I want to be told off by a guy because it's attractive, or I want him to put me in my place. I know this sounds a bit immature, and to be honest, I think it's a little bit toxic. But my point is, women like a man who takes the lead, women like a man that is in charge. So if you're not taking the lead, if you're not arranging the dates, if you don't have a plan, and you're always like, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to do, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. That's very passive. That's very feminine because women usually go like, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. And then we lose interest. So, number one reason why you're single, you're not taking the lead. Hello, hello. Okay, for ladies, why are you still single? So I will actually, for the tip number one, I will talk more about something I don't really talk about much, but I kind of observed it and noticed it, and it's kind of been in the back of my mind for a little bit, so I thought I'll share it. But so many women are being classified by men as too masculine or too boyish or too kind of like a sister type of thing, right? Now, what makes a woman a sister type of thing or more like boyish rather than a relationship material or somebody he's attracted to is when we are too much, meaning when we are creating too much drama, when we are picking on men, when we are too sarcastic, when we are fighting with men too much, when we get into debates with men, when we criticize them, when we tell them what to do, how to behave, you're wrong, that's childish, you should have done it the other way. This is what makes men see you then as a sister or see you then as a boyish type, or when we banter too much. If you ladies look at guys, what do guys do? What do guys do when we are together, right? Masculine men, we banter. We pick on one another, we call each other names, we tease, etc., right? Now, you're a woman, he doesn't want that from a woman. He wants different things from a woman. He doesn't want from a woman to constantly pick on him and tease him and etc. Yes, you can have sarcasm. You can tease one another, but it should be maybe 30% at the time in a relationship, not 70 and not 90. And that 30%, that banter and tease, should not be personal in a way that it puts the other person down. The banter and tease needs to be like playful without deeper dig. You know, when you banter with a dig, that's when guys, we lose attraction for women like that because they feel disrespected. And a guy's love need is respect. So I'm not telling you have to be this passive, submissive. No, you just have to show him respect and show him that you respect him as a man, instead of kind of like bantering all the time or fighting or debating or anything else. So you kind of just have to be aware of these things. Okay. Now, number 2, right? This is what guys actually do. So I see it with guys in older guys as well that should have more experience. So women feel loved, or women fall in love with a guy that they feel connected to. Okay, I'll look at your comments later because I'll get distracted otherwise. So women fall in love with a guy that we feel connected to. But what men do wrong a lot of times, instead of trying to connect to a woman, because for us it's really important that you kind of love a woman for the personality, for the character, that you're interested in her as a person. This is really important for women, right? So women fall in love with men that show that we care about you. What are your hobbies? What are your dreams? What do you like? She wants to have a conversation. She wants to connect with you. She loves the connection. Now, where men go wrong, instead of trying to connect to a woman, we try to impress her. Okay, impressing a woman is fine, but impressing a woman can be like connection. For a woman, connection is like 80%, impressing a woman is 20%. If you can, women get married to men that have nothing because we connect to them emotionally. So for the guys that go like, oh, she got married, you know, all women are gold diggers or da da da, or like, I cannot get a girl, is because you're not connecting to her emotionally. If you find a way to connect to a girl emotionally, that you show you care, you're interested in her, you have similar hobbies, you have similarities, you have connection, she's not gonna be looking at your wallet. But when you don't connect to her emotionally, when she's not feeling the connection, she's like, okay, at least I'm looking for a provider then. You know? So like provider stuff, I would even say is like for a woman is like 20%. It's important, but it's like 20%. Yes, you should take the bill and da da da. But she'll look at you trying to impress her 20%. The connection is like 80%. So once you know how to do that, and how do you connect a woman? Just by talking. Talk to her, ask her questions, be interested in her lifestyle, you know? That's it. It's like bloody simple. So simple. Um, what do you provide back? Aw, you finally changed your name. Well, okay. Because I have my nails done, and when I get it done, it's like stuck with me for like 3 weeks. That's it, you know? So it's, yeah, right. Sorry, right. Number 2 reason why men lose attraction in women is when women are too available, when you ladies are behaving a bit too easy. when you're like always available, when you're seeing him every day, when he doesn't get a chance to miss you, when you're always there, right? So he reads you as a book, you're always there, you're talking to him all the time, and he's basically getting bored. There is no mystery, he knows everything about you. Like, for a good relationship to happen, there has to be chemistry. Chemistry needs to stay. How do you sustain a chemistry? When you kind of get a bit of space from each other, especially in the dating stages, and you get that time to kind of think about one another, to wonder, to remember, oh, I saw him this day, or I saw her that day, and he did this or he did that. Like, give a bit of space, you know? Space creates a bit of intimacy, a bit of chemistry. So, um, usually women are too available because women think that, you know, if he sees her all the time, he'll just fall in love with her and he'll stay in love with her forever. This is why women are usually too available, but that's the wrong type of concept. That's not how it goes. A lot of times men realize their feelings for the girls when we actually don't see her that much. This is how you stay a challenge. Okay, number three reason why men are single is because we choose beauty over character. A lot of times you guys go for beauty, and beauty after a while gets boring. Sometimes, even like if the character is bad, sometimes a beautiful girl starts to become very ugly very soon. Same with a guy. You know, if you're going for the looks as a girl, a lot of times the good looks can become very ugly if there is no character and the personality is rubbish. So, it's not that you should go for like ugly girls, but it's really important that you get your time to get to know a person rather than you just go on a date. Oh, she's pretty, and will you be my girlfriend? Right? So, number three for women is women try to, some women think that we have to earn love instead of receive it. So some women think it's really interesting. For example, I kind of, let's say it's a bit of a cultural difference. So let's say in Eastern Europe, a woman is made feel like she's precious, like she's a gift, like a man needs to pursue her, a man needs to impress her, a man needs to charm her. You're kind of just made to feel like that in Eastern Europe in general, right? If I kind of watch more like my American clients, I can see that a lot of them think that a man is a gift and you need to impress him. So you need to fight for him, you need to compete for him, you need to impress him, right? So it's a bit of kind of, I don't know why it's like that, but so let's say in Eastern Europe, women are more like receivers. They like, yeah, he should be impressing me. Yeah, it's fine. He got me this. He paid for that. They like used to that. It's like nearly like if a man doesn't do that, he's not a man. Whereas in, let's say, in other countries, it's like, I need to impress him. What do I have? How do I impress him? How do I pursue him? How do I chase him? I need to jump this way and make this better and da 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 da. Right? So, and guys get put off by that because at the end of the day, all men in the whole world and all women in the whole world are like still women and men are still men, meaning that men were designed to pursue, men were designed to conquer, and women were designed to be feminine, to receive, etc. As women, we are all nurturers, we all, are mothers and etc. So it's kind of like this whole concept applies to the whole world. And if you're gonna pursue a man, no matter where you live, you will turn him off as a woman. If you will try to impress him or you will try to kind of show off, look, I'm such an amazing, good woman, pick me, he's not gonna care about that because this is not what men fall in love with. Men fall in love with a woman's femininity. Men fall in love with women that respect men, that allow men to lead them. Not that, oh, pick me, I have this, I have this, I have that, I'm the best. If a man picks you for that, well, sorry to say it, but most likely he's a gold digger. And some actually men do pick women for that, and then he's a gold digger. Like, what type of man is that? Like, you look, it becomes ridiculous. Okay, number four, why women dump man is when you guys are inconsistent. So consistency is really important. Canceling, when you pick something else over a woman, so you asked her on a date, when you didn't confirm the date, you didn't plan anything, or you flaked, you canceled, etc. Or when you're just like inconsistent, right? So women can't stand it, and a lot of good women will break up with guys that are inconsistent because we're just gonna be like, this is not good enough. Women that are a bit insecure might find inconsistency a little bit intriguing. So what works with a girl that has anxious attachment and what works with a girl that has a secure attachment style are two different things. But a girl that has like secure attachment style, so for example, she's high value, I would call that she's high value. She likes a man that is masculine, that pursues, that shows interest, that takes the lead, and etc. With this type of woman, you can pursue her properly and she will enjoy it. She will like you for that. She will appreciate it. With a woman that's a bit more anxious attachment style, you have to do things slowly. You have to take your time. You can't come across too strong. You have to be gentle. You have to observe her. You have to kind of nearly like observe her every single move. Did she like it? Did she step back? Did she pull away? So you treat different women differently. Never think that all women are the same and you just love bomb everybody. Like, not all women like love bombing, and not all women like it when you give mixed signals as well. So you have to like, you treat different women differently. Okay, number four, why women are single. You don't let a man lead. So, how do we ladies not let a man lead? For example, so I use this example quite a lot because it's very simple and very basic, but women kind of don't get it. So, for example, even like, allow a man to make mistakes and don't point it out. Meaning, for example, you get into a car and he's driving you somewhere and you see that he's going the wrong way and you go like, oh babe, you're like, I think this way is better, and he's like, no, no, this way is better, right? Let him go the wrong way. If he's insisting to go the wrong way, let him go the wrong way. And if he realizes he went the wrong way, don't be like, oh, I told you so, you didn't listen to me, you're such an idiot, da 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 da. No, don't do any of that. Like, he went the wrong way. He's like, oh shit, it was the wrong way. Don't say anything. Oh, oh, it happens. That's it. Like, don't say anything. He's done a kind of like mistake like that that's not really affecting you. Don't say anything. He'll appreciate you for it. And this way, you'll actually end up showing him and that you're letting him lead, and you'll also show him the respect. If he's insulted you, if he's been disrespectful towards you personally, if he's broke your boundaries or something, yeah, then stand up for yourself, of course. But this is kind of like a battle worth fighting for. It's worth your energy, because you're standing up for yourself, for your own self-respect, for your own dignity. A battle that he went the wrong way, it's not worth the consequences that will happen. Like, he's gonna be in a bad mood. He'll start to get passive aggressive. You're gonna be in a bad mood. Like, why? Just allow him to make that mistake and, you know, let it go over your head. Don't pick on him. So, this is kind of like how women don't allow men lead. It's like choose your battles. Like, do you want peace and happiness in a relationship, or do you just want to pick on every single thing that he does and then just be, you know, not have a pleasant relationship? It's like be smart, be wise, think ahead. Number 5 tip that keeps men single is, all right, you are not working on your confidence. Guys, ladies like confident men. Why? Because as a leader, you have to, in order to take charge, you have to be confident. And also, she only will feel protected by you if you are confident. So, if you're taking charge, if you can stand up for her, if you can protect her, if you can protect the whole family. If you're not confident, if you're insecure, it basically shows you cannot protect me, you cannot protect the potential family, you cannot stand up for me, I don't trust you. So, if you don't have a confidence, guys, you have to work on it. It's how do you work on confidence? Put yourself in difficult situations. Don't avoid the difficult situations. Put your, like, purposely put yourself where you have a fear, put yourself in that place. You know, let's say you're not a people person, you avoid men, or you know, you like put yourself in places that make you fear. You put yourself in that place once, twice, 3 times, you don't fear it anymore. So for confidence to, you know, for you to become confident, you need to face your fears. As a man, you have to face your fears, you know, and that's it. Right. Number 5 for women, why women stay single. So it says you confuse chemistry with compatibility. A lot of women think that chemistry is love. You know, a lot of women think that, you know, a lot of women actually develop feelings for a guy after sleeping with him, quite deep feelings. And that's a lot of women why that's why we cannot kind of get out of relationships when we get emotional and we kind of stuck in that cycle. Even if a guy is toxic, it's very hard for them to leave because it's just very hormonal. Whereas before sleeping with a guy, they are more in charge of their feelings, they are more in charge of their emotions, they are more logical, they don't care about you that much, so they can be like, oh, I like this, I don't like this, he's good enough, he's not good enough, oh, this is the red flag, he's out. They like way more in charge of everything. A lot of times when a woman sleeps with a guy, it's like sleeping with him is a big deal for many women. For some women, of course, it's not a big deal at all. But for some women, it's a very, very big deal. And once you feel like, look, sleeping with you is I'm giving you like everything, then it's really hard for women to stay logical and, you know, to kind of leave a guy even if he's insanely toxic. Because then after sleeping with a guy, we confuse this like emotional attachment with love, and then it's really hard to leave. Whereas men, we can separate these. We can be like, okay, like there is chemistry, but she's also this and this and this and this, and these are the red flags, and I don't see her as a wife material. So, yeah. So this is why a lot of girls are single. They get hooked on the guys that play them. So the pickup artist, let's say if she sleeps with a pickup artist and he's not interested in her and she gets hooked on him emotionally, you know, then it's kind of hard for her to get out of it because she's like then blinded by her emotions. Whereas for a guy, it's easy because he's still logical. Right, let me look at your comments. I'm like terrified to have a look because I know some of you just go a bit crazy with your comments. So let me see. You're probably just talking to each other right now, right? Most women don't care if their man dies. All they think about is their financial situation. Not most women. Guys, if you experience that, yeah, don't look. Oh, really? Oh, dear. Um, Guys, if your experience with women is really bad, what does it say about you? It says that basically somehow you end up choosing the toxic women to date. This is how you have your bad experience, you know? Um, Same with women. Some women talk really, really badly about guys. We go like, oh, every single guy is so toxic. He's so toxic. He's so this, he's so that. If this is her view of men, basically it just shows that through her life, somehow she ended up choosing, because we choose who we date. We can say no to people as well. So somehow she ended up choosing very, very toxic men. Somehow she ended up ignoring the good man. This is why her experience with men is so bad. Same as with guys. This is why your experience with women is so bad, because you ended up choosing toxic women your whole life. Um, right. Kannst du denn Deutsch? I studied Deutsch, German in my like in my school, so maybe like very tiny bit. Women are lovers, just need the right approach. Yes, exactly. Clubs not always great place to meet. What about nowadays? Nowadays, I think, oh dear, nowadays clubs. Um, I don't go. I don't remember when I've been to a club, but I popped into one with my friend because we were waiting for a taxi and it was really cold, so we popped into a club. The songs out there were so disgusting. We like just went out and we just stayed in a cold. The songs, so it's in England. I'm talking about England here. We popped into this club, Slug and Lettuce. It's a chain, and it was about midnight. The songs in there were so disgusting, so vulgar. It was like pornography, pure pornography. Like the songs were pornography. And we just laughed. So I think it depends on a club. Maybe if you're going to like dancing salsa or like some sort of like a salsa club where it's dancing, fun, music, da da da, maybe yes. But if you're going to a different type of club, there's like literally songs like that, and there are women that are listening to these songs and we're not irritated by these songs, I don't think you're gonna find a girlfriend material in there. None of the girlfriend material girl will be able to listen to this horrific, like just it's appalling. It's so disgusting. You can't listen to it. You're gonna leave. So it depends on a club. It's just no. It's nothing. Is ever just music. Women stop being girlfriend material past the age of 25. I probably would say women start to become a girlfriend material, only start to become a girlfriend material past the age of about 27 nowadays. And men only start to become a boyfriend material past the age of 30. Because people are maturing so much later nowadays. So many men at the age of 40 are not even a boyfriend or husband material. I met so many men at the age of 50 that behave same as they would be at the age of 18. It's like, how come you didn't grow up? Like, what happened? Why are you still stuck in your Peter Pan zone at the age of 50? So people are maturing much, much, much later nowadays. Like, okay, I understand the, like, of course, the age, we get older, the bodies are getting older. I get that. But our mind and, the maturity, we are maturing way older than before. And it's horrible because we're missing out on life. We losing our age. We losing in life. And then this is why we have so many people that are past the age of 40 or 50, not being able to have children and etc. Because at the age of 20, at the age of 25, in their 20s, everyone's just living by one night stands, men and women, one night stands, one night stands, one night stands. Age of 30, one night stands. Then you get happy, healthy marriages where men are married to women, etc. We get a divorce because we get seduced by this temptation from the outside world that goes like, oh, look at me, I'm so happy. I'm 50 years old and I'm dating these like young girls that are giving me one night stands. This is the life. And then you get these 60 years old men divorcing their wives because they bored and they go on their yachts and get like 20 years old girls or buy a Ferrari. It's so gross. Like people are just really it's yeah, it's difficult out there. It's difficult out there. But maybe that's just UK. Maybe that's just UK. Maybe that's just London. Maybe that's just London. But people are maturing way later. Christian sounds like it. Um, I'll tell you where. So I say this quite in all of my no, it's USA and UK. Yeah, totally. Ladies and gentlemen, I got okay. To admit the truth after a few comments to meet then. Okay. So I'll tell you where I'll tell you from my own experience where I ended up meeting good men. So when I lived in Lithuania, I lived in Lithuania so I'm Lithuanian. I lived in Lithuania until 17. So obviously, there were like good people in there because you're 17, etc., etc. And I left Lithuania at 17 with my parents. And from there on until only very recently, I was not a practicing Christian at all. I was very far away from Christianity. And I lived in Dublin, I lived in London, I lived in Switzerland as well. But my dating experience was basically Dublin and London, predominantly London. And it's just shark after shark, toxicity after toxicity, manipulation after manipulation. It's like over 90% manipulation, and how do I get to use you and abuse you? That's basically predominantly my experience. Now, when I became a Christian, I joined a church and I was blown away. I was literally blown away. Why I was blown away? Because men in church are proper quality. You can't even compare it. It's like, I'm like, oh, here, this is where we ought, and yeah, I'm blown away. I can't like I'm asking guys in my church questions because I'm blown away by their answers, because it's just like night and day difference to guys in London. Completely night and day difference. And it's just like, okay, there are good people out there, there are good men out there are good women out there. Sometimes we just in the wrong place. So I was in the wrong place for many years. Unfortunately, I was in London and I was in the wrong place. And as I said, I wasn't practicing. I was in the wrong mindset and etc. When you change your mindset, you look for people that are similar to you, and when you go to the places that like are similar, more aligned with your values, more aligned with who you are, and when you find those people, and that's when you, so in a way actually, when you change and you become a good person or a good woman or a good man, you look for, you know, a good man or a good woman, and you think like, okay, what places I'm interested to go. So you go to healthy good places, and that's where you meet healthy good people. um no, it doesn't make you a good person. I'm not saying every Christian is a good Christian. I'm not saying, you know, but there is a big difference. You can see you can see a difference. You know, you can see a difference. Um, yes, in the right place, and also okay. Do women like to be approached? Women love to be approached, but not all women. So, women love to be approached, but guys, when you approach somebody and you are rejected, don't give up. You just approached the wrong woman. So it's just because you're getting rejected by somebody doesn't mean another woman will reject you. Also, not every woman that you approach will like you. You know, it's just like not, it's just normal. So just keep trying. Um, yeah, I was 29 when I got with my ex. She was 10 years older than me and she still had a low maturity level. You know what, Isaac? I completely agree. I completely agree. I see some women that are much older and their maturity level is very, very low. I see some women that are much younger, their maturity level is high. I see some men that are 50 and their maturity level is like 17 years old. I see some men that are 27, 30 and their maturity level is perfect. So, age, you know, I would like to say age is just a number. It's not just a number. It's definitely not just a number, but it does not tell your maturity level. You know, it definitely does not describe that. The maturity level is more like you date a person, you get to know them, and then you decide about them. It's not by how old you are and etc. That is funny. I picked up a chick a few days ago by starting a conversation about milk at the store. That's so funny. I had a similar thing. I was, I think, early 20s. I was in Lithuania and I was with my sister who was 10 years younger. So I was 23, she was 13. And this guy comes, looks at me, he goes like, "Do you like eggs or something?" at the store. And my sister, my little sister, grabs my hand and yells at him, "She doesn't need any eggs." And she like pulls me away from him. So that reminded me, she's like, "She doesn't need any eggs." That was funny. So milk is great conversation starter. If she says no but gives one yes, that's a consent. The thing is, yes and no, it kind of depends. Women like to be like a lot of women are playful and we like to tease, right? So it like For example, so that's just kind of me, right? I'll tell you how I am with masculine males, right? With if a guy is very masculine and I can see his masculinity, it like shows, right? He's masculine, he's forward, you can just see it, right? Then I'm very playful and I tease. And no is probably one of my favorite words because I can see his masculinity. I can see he's not gonna give up, right? So it becomes a bit like playful banter, a bit of a tease, right? I don't overdo it usually. So he sees that it's a bit of a tease. So it's a bit like you're flirting like that, right? If a guy is more on a feminine, if he's not that masculine, then I'm not gonna be teasing him with a no because I'll know that he's not gonna understand that my no is actually yes. It's like you behave differently. So in a way, you have to have the sense of a person. You have, it's like human behavior. How do you understand human behavior? By spending more time with people, by having more friends, being surrounded a bit, by not asking women questions, but by observing. Observe men, observe women. I grew up with very masculine males, and this is what women did. We would tease. We would tease, we would be playful. So it became like a second nature, not because it's just me like that, no, because I'm kind of from that type of culture. My mom is very playful. She teases a lot. So you pick up some things. Good morning. I was in the wrong place. I don't fit in a club or in most societies. Now I go often in the, but yeah, okay. Or speak with other in the supermarket. I watch what the others buy in the market. You don't fit in a club or in most societies. I think you need to keep trying. Sometimes we just don't fit because it's the wrong people. When it's the right people, you get your fit. I don't fit in many places as well if I have nothing in common with those people. Put me with the scientist, I won't know which way, I might ask questions, but that's gonna be it. It's like, have you read this book? No. Do you know this? No. No, so it's like in order to enjoy your time with people, you need to have things in common. So if you're going to places where you have nothing in common with people, you're not gonna fit in. So it doesn't mean that you're unsocial or, it just means that you don't have much in common. If you going to new places as well, like let's say you're trying to learn something, then go in and have some questions prepared, like ask people, ask this, ask this, ask that, show interest in their life, and then you'll start to bond. Age is just a number, so why can't you give me your number for a video call? Yeah, I will just hide you from my channel. How about that? Um, yes, however, we from both genders are facing confusion regarding our type, which is based on what? Can anyone answer this? I have done a few lives on differences between men and women and how to fulfill each other's love needs, and I really highly recommend you to watch them. I'm interested in getting a girlfriend, yet I get very discouraged when I see what's out there. Keep trying. Go to different places. Just try different places. If you keep getting discouraged, you're probably just going to the same places over and over again. Change your location, change the place. Okay. Right. Sometimes you don't even have to date. Again, energy drinks. Sometimes. Okay. Thank you, Eric. Um, what's a guy asked your 13 years old sister? Okay. It wasn't, it was, it, okay. Right. Egg salesman, probably. Totally. He was trying to sell me some eggs. Time is going by. Okay. I'm 36. That's my point. Time is flying. Time is going by. Time is flying. And a lot of people just believe in staying the same and not trying to improve themselves or change themselves. So if you got nowhere by being how you are, maybe it's time to change yourself. You know, if somebody keeps breaking up with you all the time, maybe the problem is you. If you don't have any friends, maybe the problem is you. So, like, reflect on yourself, you know, like, it's good to keep improving yourself. It's good to keep kind of perfecting yourself. You'll never be perfect, but it's good. It's good for everybody. It's good for you. It's good for others. It's good for society. So why not do it? Chasing women don't make you masculine, man. Taking charge, leading. No, chasing women, not. Choosing a woman and pursuing her properly makes you a masculine man. Chasing women, boys chase women, boys chase all kinds of women, right? Pickup artists chase women. A pickup artist, masculine man? No, we not. We players. Red pill type of stuff. A red pill masculine male? Toxic masculinity is not a masculine, it's not a high value masculine male. You know? So this is a bit like a Christian advice, but when you mix truth with lies, that's when you get toxicity. The best manipulators is some that mix truth with lies. Because there's a bit of truth, so you're like, oh, I like him because he does this or that, right? But then like, oh, but he's got red flags. So when you mix truth and lies, you're like the expert manipulator. Being an expert manipulator doesn't make you a high value man. It makes you a toxic man. Being a good man, being strong, respecting yourself, taking the lead, not being a pushover, having strong moral values, taking charge, you know, that makes you a masculine male. Have fun in your younger years. It's true love. You will not, I can't, and won't explain. Okay. It's not the live about human trafficking. It's the live about why men and women are single. Women are, yes, women can be very manipulative as well. Definitely. Definitely. Totally. I look good for my age. Thank you. Um, make the woman chase you. Well, that's very childish, isn't it? Make the woman chase you. That's the pickup artist strategy. Give her mixed signals. Give chaos and drama. Tell her I want you, I don't want you. Throw her in breadcrumbs. What type of women will chase you then? Will good women chase you? No, good women will never chase you. Good women have value and worth. Good women are looking for pursuers. What women will chase you? Immature, childish, anxious women will chase you. So you guys get chased by immature women, and when you complain that you're meeting toxic women, you want a good woman, you need to go out there and pursue her and take the lead and take charge, right? And then you'll get a secure, confident woman who accepts your pursuit. If you want women to chase you and you're playing all type of games, the only woman that's gonna fall for your games is gonna be a woman who's just as toxic as you. And then you're like, oh, there's no good women out there. What's that saying? Like attracts like, right? Right. Okay, guys. If you enjoyed this live, don't forget to like it. Let me know in the comments. What do you think? And I do one-on-one coaching for men and women. The links are in my video description. Thank you all for watching so much. Have a blessed day. God bless you all. Bye, guys and girls.